Bill Burr started out at a Boston comedy club open mic night 15 years ago. He's been getting paid to make people laugh ever since. You've seen him on HBO, Conan, and Letterman. And Bill Burr, welcome to the show. How cool is that when Letterman replays one of your shows? You don't have to go there. You don't have to work.
Oh, if it went well, yeah. It's great. Yeah, if it went well. If I sucked, then I got to deal with those same phone calls all over again. But fortunately, it has always gone well, but I always make sure it goes well before I call anybody. And then my mother, I don't even tell her when I'm on TV, because no matter what I do, she trashes it.
Your mother?
Somehow. Yeah, oh yeah. Just trying to help. Like, that's what she does. Like, the first time I ever did Conan O'Brien was it was like 1997 when I, first starting out, and I came out and I had my shirt untucked. That was the look back then or whatever. And then, my first national television appearance, and you
call your mother and you want to feel good about it.
Yeah, and it went good. And she just said, what did she say? She goes, "You should have tucked your shirt in. It looked like you were wearing a dress." I'm like, all right, thanks, Mom. So next time I do it, I wear a suit. And then she goes, you shouldn't do any more short sets. You're much better when it's longer. And it's just like, all right, yeah, next time I'll tell Conan to try to tighten up his monologue so I can riff for 15 minutes.
You think she does the same thing to your dad? When they get intimate? You should do that thing with your fingers.
No. What, dude, why'd you have to go all the way to there? I think the interview was going good. You had to take it all the way into the gutter? My parents going at it?
I meant finger puppet.
And my dad wants a little extra action on some sort of fellatio? That is horrific. That is absolutely... I can't perform stand-up in this town with that image in my head.
Mom.
No, his mom is going to go to the podcast later today, and she's going to give him a call.
Your father was so embarrassed.
No, my dad kept my mother in line. My dad kept my mother in line. He's old school. Screams and yells, calls her every name in the book,
That is old school.
Oh, yeah. We're talking Ralph Crandom, like, picture a vulgar version of that.
Which would have been Ralph. Would have been Ralph as soon as they turned off the TV cameras.
Yeah, one of these effing days.
One of these days. So you were raised in a typical 50s dad household with a...
I was raised in a real house.
Yeah.
In a real house, not like a TV house. Like, the brothers, it's like, Brady Bunch, except people cursed, and Greg beat the crap out of all of his siblings. Everybody teased the dog, and then the dog bites me in the face, and I have to get stitches. Yeah.
That's a real house.
Yeah, real house. And then we had pancakes on Sunday, and we all had paper routes.
I remember watching, I remember this, and then watching on TV at the Leave It to Beaver household, and going, that can't exist.
Oh, yeah, the dad walking around in suits all the time.
Yeah,
it's like the middle of the day, and he's sitting there, still has a nice little kerchief or whatever you call it in his front breast coat pocket.
And nobody's angry.
Nobody's angry at all. This is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to do a nice hacky comedy about old TV shows from 90 years ago. That's what I'm going to be doing this weekend.
This weekend at Giggles.
That's right. Oh, by the way...
and tonight on Letterman, too. Coincidentally, he'd already recorded that.
The UFC is not no holds barred. You can't punch in the unit.
Yep.
You can't... there's no eye gouging.
And that's the thing with these kids. They give them protection for their head and the unit. They've got some protection.
Head and unit protection. So.
Yeah.
Dude, that's one of the smartest things I think that you can learn.
At a kid at 6 years old?
I think the direction this country's going in, the fact that we're off the gold standard, everybody's trying to learn computers. You want to learn jujitsu, how to start a fire without a match.
Nice.
Yeah, you want to go that apocalypto.
That's what these dads are saying.
Yeah.
They're getting their kids in it.
Dude, those are the people who are going to survive.
Yeah.
All these people we make fun of with gun collections and all that, I'm telling you, when the polar bear starts swimming up to your apartment, these are the guys. And your 6-year-old kid can choke that thing out.
I got this, Dad. Don't worry.
I got it.
You're talking to a guy who lives on a hill with a bunch of food and water in his basement. I'm ready. I mean...
Yeah.
See, he's got it.
That's the way to... do you grow your own vegetables?
I don't, but I
doesn't eat vegetables.
Yeah, I got lots of sausage.
Corporations, they put out seeds that, when the apple falls off the tree, the seed is useless. So you got to go to them. Taking the food supply, the water supply.
It's the most important.
And then they took the gold behind the money.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you're a big thinker. You're a big global thinker.
Yeah.
Oh, you just moved, didn't you? All the way across the country?
Yeah, I moved out to Los Angeles 1 month before the writer's strike. So I've been staring at my navel for the last 6 months. Oh, but it's great. When I came there, though, the entire southern part of the state was all on fire. It was awesome.
Oh, that you came during that big, and it lost a lot of homes.
That was great.
Yeah? You like to see them burn?
No, you got to look at people like a forest. where a fire is good every once in a while to kind of thin out the brush.
Nice. Yeah.
Look, dude, all I want.
It's nice.
There's too many damn people. There's too much traffic. This is how I look at huge tragedies. If I don't know anybody, it's a great thing. It's just less traffic. If I can go from L.A. down to San Diego in about 90 minutes, I'm all good. Go down there for a Padres game.
Now, all you got to do is make sure the air in your car is on recycle, not that fresh, smoky stuff from outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, drive right through.
Do you have a family in Los Angeles? You're on your own, aren't you?
Me? No. I have a girlfriend. Yeah, we
Kids?
live together. No kids.
Girlfriend live together.
No kids, and not because I'm afraid of that. It's because I'm an environmentalist.
Yes, of course.
That's what I'm telling my parents.
I'm not going to use up I use enough of the world's resources myself. Okay.
No, you know what it is? I'm a complete psycho. I still haven't been able to rein in my temper, and I don't want to create another angry psycho like I am. So until I get my act together, I don't think I'm worthy of having a child.
You know you got kind of bad stuff, and you don't want to pass it on.
Exactly.
That's good. It's nice of you.
I'll adopt. I'm going to go down just like people get dogs. I'll go down to the pound. I'll pick out like a good 13-year-old, and then if I don't like him, he's out of the house in 5 years. And I can just be like, hey, man, I didn't enjoy it either. Enjoy community college.
What about that kid you adopted? Oh, he stays out in the backyard now.
What about a pet? Could you have a pet, do you think?
I'm thinking that's going to be the big litmus test there. I'm going to try to get I want to get a puppy, but my girl, actually, she wants to rescue a dog. That's her big thing. Like, you want to go down to the pound? You want to rescue a dog? And I was like, no, I don't. And she's like, why not? And I was like, because I think, a lot of those dogs, they're a little touched. They're a little whacked in the head. And that's how they ended up down there. Because when you do the math.
They're there for a reason.
Yeah, when you do the math on it, this is a great dog. It's great with kids. Let's get rid of it. That doesn't make sense. But what adds up is we mess with this dog. Now we can't control it. I think it's going to kill us. Let's pass it on to somebody else. So
it's like going to jail to find a new roommate.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's doggy death row.
Right.
Well, in L.A., they got something I've never seen, and that's basically little purse dog stores in the mall. I mean, you walk in the mall, and they got all these little dogs you can buy. They cost about $1,000 each, but these are good puppy mill dogs.
They don't have those up here.
No, we don't sell them in the mall.
What do they got up here? Old Yeller.
Oh yeah,
judging by you living out in the woods.
We got the Humane
Society. He gets rabies. You don't give him shots. You take him out back. You blow his brains out.
We don't sell them in Beverly Hills. I mean, I couldn't believe it when I walked in there and saw these little Chihuahuas and all these and they're all little bitty dogs. Just to sell to the stars, I guess. I
have no idea.
Couple
Do
grand.
they really have that store? Or do you just resent the fact that you'll never be able to bang Paris Hilton? That sounds all very generic. They got these little places with these fuzzy little dogs you put in a purse.
They got it.
I've been out there for 6 months. Where is that place?
Over in Beverly Hills, over by.
Get a little more specific.
I don't know. I'm not real good with LA.
No further questions.
No, Wilshire and La Cienega.
Hey, how come you can't get a hooker if you're a politician? I don't understand that.
You mean why is it a scandal?
Yeah, why is that a scandal?
That's a great question. I mean, Bill Clinton made it okay, right?
Well, he didn't get a hooker. He banged an intern.
Well, all right. He
actually he didn't. They sort of inappropriate.
It's pretty well documented. Let's say that.
I hadn't heard what happened. I hadn't heard anything about it.
There's
that guy, man. I'm telling you.
There's a report the size of the phone book you can read.
One of the greatest lies of all time was when just the look on his face when he's like, I did not have sexual relations. The look of determination on his face. I tried to memorize that so I could get that face.
Yeah, I don't know. This guy, I think Spitzer had to resign because his whole deal was busting prostitution rings and finding people through their bank.
He was doing undercover work.
Yeah.
Look, unless you know about the people you're trying to capture.
Right.
He's Donnie Brasco in a sexual way.
Right. Serpico, they made a movie. This guy running a town.
Exactly.
He was researching.
He used his own money. He wasn't, embezzling or trying to write it off as expenses.
No, I heard the $80,000 was public money.
I think that was all his own personal credit card there.
Dude, the amount of filthy things you have to do as a politician anyways.
Just to do the job well.
Yeah, exactly. Like getting a hooker on the side, I mean, that should be like that should come with the job. You should just have your own. Yeah, there's the song I wanted, Spellbound.
Spellbound. Is this your favorite song?
Yeah, this is the direction I think AC/DC should have gone in. It just wasn't all about, having sex and that. Kind of about depression.
And eventually grunge.
Yeah, exactly.
Bill Burr working on a TV special, DVD, on the David Letterman show tonight, but you can see him in person at Giggles. Call 526-JOKE for a guaranteed reservation. He'll be tonight, tomorrow, 8 and 10 o'clock. Good to
All
see
right.
you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bye.